Do you know that apples stand for health and wisdom?
So why do I get the feeling that one might kill me?
It won't kill you. No, what it will do is far worse.
Where did you get that?
Regina gave it to me. Apple!
How to get this savior to taste my forbidden fruit. Because if you refuse the apple, your prince, your charming, will be killed.
As long as you're alive, you're a threat to the curse.
What have you done to her? What have you done?
An apple turnover you gave me, he ate it! Henry!
No!
I do hope you like apples.
Bonjour mon petit chiflet, Amber here, and there are a few things I love more than fall, baking, and Once Upon a Time, so here we are. Once Upon a Time is back, and I know I usually do a makeup tutorial for every season. Don't worry, Aladdin and Jasmine are in Storybrooke, so it's coming. The Evil Queen is also back in Storybrooke. Regina has separated herself from the Evil Queen in an attempt to rid herself of the darkness within, thus releasing the Evil Queen to wreak havoc on Storybrooke. And being that Regina / the Evil Queen is like my favorite character in the OG Once Upon a Time villain, I figured I would do some Regina inspired evil Regal cupcakes. So I am going to bake for you today some salted caramel apple cupcakes. For the cupcakes you will need 1 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of regular sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon, an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, and an 1/8 teaspoon of ground clove, 3 egg whites. Make sure you do a better job of separating the yolk from the whites than I did. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, a 1/2 cup of yogurt, 1/2 cup of milk, 3/4 cup of salted butter, or aka 1.5 of salted butter, and 2 apples, peeled and cored. Mine have obviously been pre-peeled and cored. Shout out to my mother, or else I would have sliced my entire hand open. So, let's get started. I am kicking this old school. I'm going to mix everything by hand, which I haven't done in about 90 years. I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is, in a large bowl, I'm going to mix the dry ingredients, which is the flour, the sugars, the baking powder and baking soda, and the spices. And I'm just going to whisk that all together. Alright, so next obviously are the wet ingredients. I am adding in the milk. I don't speak Yoda. And my eggs. And I'm going to add in I'm using Greek non-fat yogurt. So once again, I'm just going to mix all of that together. Oh, I'm going to add, before I forget, the vanilla extract. And before I forget, which I almost did, I've softened my butter some more. I'm just going to add that in. A lot of it melted. So now, the last step, I'm not going to add all of these apples because some of them are going to go into the filling. I'm going to add about half. I'm just going to fold that into the batter. Next thing you want to do is to line your cupcake liners. I've gone with these simple black cupcake liners. To quote Regina herself, black's my color. Then you're going to pop them in your oven and bake for 17 to 19 minutes, or until you stick a toothpick in and it comes out clean. So while the cupcakes are in the oven, I'm going to start on the filling. Starting with 2 tablespoons of the butter. I'll move over to the stove in a second because I'm going to melt that on the medium heat. And then add the apples. Cook them on the heat for about 5 minutes, stirring occasionally, and then after they have softened, add the brown sugar, add more brown sugar, cinnamon, and salt, and then cook for an additional 5 minutes. The last step, while the cupcakes and the filling are cooling completely, I'm going to make the icing, the salted caramel buttercream frosting. So for this icing, you're going to need 2.5 sticks of butter, softened to room temperature, 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 4 tablespoons of salted caramel sauce, and 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. So I'm going to start by just dumping in the powdered sugar and add the butter. And I am going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to do this by sight. 4 tablespoons of the salted caramel sauce. I actually bought caramel sauce and salted it myself, so you might want to play around with the taste to make sure it is salted appropriately. And how many? 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. Never been good at opening dairy cartons. Can you open it, please? When worst comes to worst, call in assistance. Thank you. 2 tablespoons. And I'm just going to mix that together. I wish I had better arm muscles. Whack my knee up here so you can see my technique. Is just kind of using the back of the spoon to smush it all together. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part. I'm going to fill and then frost the cupcakes. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I didn't just try one of these cupcakes before, like as is, straight out of the oven, and it was glorious. So I'm really excited to finish. I have some more salted caramel. I'm going to add it to the apple mixture. And then I'm going to start the filling process. Yes, I'm mixing with the butter knife. So, I'm going to very carefully cut the center bit out of the cupcake and then fill it with this dude. The easiest way to do this would probably be if you had an apple core. Keep the centers. Putting some of that filling right in the center. So now, here comes the fun part, the frosting. It's the part that I'm usually really bad at, so bear with me. I've also topped it off a little bit, a few of them with the leftover filling. I'm leaving this one blank for my grandma because she doesn't like frosting. It's bizarre. When I think Regina, I think purple because she's always disappearing into clouds of purple smoke. I'm going to just top it off with this little purple glitter crystals, edible crystals. So it's a little later. I'm now snuggled up on the couch watching Teen Wolf, but I figured it's time to try this masterpiece. Okay. Nice. Alright, ready? Yes. Okay. That's really good. The salty sweet combination is everything. The caramel and apple. And it's so moist. This and then the filling. I'm gonna destroy these. If you like, hold on, I was told not to talk to my mouth full. If you like this video and this recipe, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. If you like to see me do more baking videos, let me know. If you recreate this recipe, post the pictures on Instagram and or Twitter, and make sure to tag me in them so I can see them. And I will see you very soon. I'm gonna go eat all of these. Bye!